I truly believe that everyone is creative to some extent, but to the extent that you are creative, you can grow your creativity too. And when you think about creativity, you think about self-expression, you think about art. Art is self-expression in many different ways. Movies are art, pictures are art, but art lives everywhere that we go. And this idea that creativity is limited to certain people, I don't believe is true. But what I do believe is true is everyone has a creative outlet that they need to find to be able to express themselves in the way in which their artistic creative side comes out. So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about in this video. Me particularly, I'm not a artist when it comes to drawing and creating pictures and painting. But my creative outlet that I found for myself when I was 18 years old was speaking and creating content through video to share ideas to ultimately help people with the things that were helping myself, right? I was learning things and then I was dissecting that information, implementing it into my life, changing, and then being able to take that knowledge that I learned and be able to spit it back in a way to people in a video, in a written piece of content, in writing, or in audio, which is another thing I do in terms of making audio recordings and interviews through podcasts. So that's my creative outlet, and it is the thing that fires me up every single day. And the more I do it, the more creative I become, the more ideas I get, the more content I share. And it's this perpetual, continually growing thing because I continue to push. But what's interesting as well is if I don't do it for a good amount of time, my creativity, my capacity to be creative, my capacity to generate new ideas wanes. And the thing that gets that to continue to grow and give is to use it and repeat and do it and do it and do it and do it and do it. And what I want to share with you today is you have a creative outlet, but you need to find that creative outlet if you don't feel creative. But the way to find that creative outlet is to do a lot of things, do a lot of different things, challenge yourself, read, write, paint, create videos, and something is going to resonate with you. The way I found this was by doing a public speech when I was 18 years old in college, and it brought this thing out of this introverted kid that I had always been to be someone who was okay to step in front of a camera, who had to be okay to step in front of people and speak. And this creative outlet was born. And I had never thought I was a creative person for the first 18 years of my life. And isn't that interesting? So I want to ask you today, what's your creative outlet? Are you feeling a lack of creativity? Well, what have you done to express your creativity? What interests you? What are you extremely curious about? And then once you know that, write those things down, but then ask yourself, how can you go express those into the world? How can you express those into the world? Because I believe creativity lives in everything. I believe you can be creative in many different ways. So that is the takeaway for today. How can you start taking your curiosities, your interests, going very deep into them, expressing them, and then finding that way to be creative with it? Because that's where everything starts, is from that interest to that self-expression of that interest, and then to continually doing it and doing it and doing it. So look forward to hearing a comment from you guys of what you think about this. Again, it's an idea from myself that I believe true, but maybe you don't believe true, and I'd love to have that dialogue with you. So leave a comment below, share it if you think it's valuable, and like the post. Thank you guys, see you soon.